YouTube, what's going on? What's going on? So, in today's video, I'd like to show you guys which stock I'm watching for next week and potentially possible bull run that I see coming. I'm going to talk to you guys about the stocks in order. I try to make them fast, to be honest with you, because it's a lot. So to start with, so you see this line right here. This is not the strategy, but this is just another strategy that I'm working on. So essentially it works like this. So you see this. So a lot of you guys don't know what a wrinkle chart is, right? So essentially what I do is I let the candle, whatever color that the candle is at the time, if it's right here, it's green right here, right? I'll then switch back over to the regular candlestick, right? And then I'm like, okay, I'm only looking for bullish. If you don't understand the wrinkle candle, how to use them, I'm going to make a video in the future to show you guys how I use them. They're actually pretty good, really good actually. So anyway, so if the wrinkle candle is green, all I'm doing now is I'm drawing trend lines, whatever that, and I'm waiting for the price to break it. But obviously you're going to get fake outs. Come on now, like it's not that simple. Right, you can just go like this and then it breaks and then you enter. No, this right here, oh no, it broke out, that means you should go. No, that's you could easily have been in reverse back down. This is just a yeah, sure, it looks good, but that's not what happened, right? More like every 4 hours I would basically keep moving my trend line up. The touches don't really matter, to be honest with you. Touches don't matter. And I keep moving them up, right? Until we get a price that breaks with my indicator that I also created that tracks buying and selling volume. But essentially all it does really is track volume. Whether it's buying or selling, it just tracks the volume. When volume increases, then it will basically say volume is increasing towards the bull based on the color of the candle and then based off this. So if this was a downtrend, the volume can still be high like this, but it will simply be on the red side when it's coming down, right? So essentially that's all it is. So you wait for the break out. You don't have to do break and retest. You can enter in as soon as the volume is over 1.5 essentially. If you want to wait for a 1.7, whatever it is you want to wait on, and you just basically enter in when the banks are buying. That's it. But this is not part of the strategy. So the strategy that I'm talking about is this. A couple of videos ago, I made a couple of videos now talking about the GRG, right? On NVDA is definitely accomplishing this. So this looks very bullish. It's kind of, I don't even get it. Like, I'm just going with what the chart's telling me, but I can't even believe this is going to be bullish next week. I don't know. But you just got to be careful because we are in September going into October, known for the really bad month. So this could be a bull trap. But to me, it doesn't matter. I trade with the charts, right? So this one I didn't draw up yet, so I'll draw it up and show you guys how it works. So essentially right here would be your stop loss slash double bottom. So this has not, remember, these stocks I'm going to be talking about aren't fully confirmed yet. So this confirmed in 2 days and 23 hours. So what do I mean by confirm? Meaning, let's say that we come down, price go up like this, but let's say we come right down to beneath this right here, 1966. Then this GRG will disappear because it's no longer a bullish continuation. This is a bullish continuation pattern, okay? So as you can see right here on NVDA, is the same thing. You see it? Green, red, green candle. Then the next week you enter, then next week is green. That's what you hope to happen, right? Not going to always happen, but that's essentially what you're hoping will happen. So currently right now, you're basically waiting for the candle this weekend to close, this one to close above this 1966, and then on Friday, you at the end of the day, you enter in to go long for the following week. But obviously it can be pullbacks and such, so you can use different method if you want to enter in, but that's essentially what it means, right? Tesla, I have Tesla joined up, right? So now Tesla now is a little bit scarier. Not scary in a bad way, but it's scary because this thing looks super bullish, like super bullish, right? This red green pattern form a couple times on the 1 month on Tesla. Not a lot, but as you can clearly see, over the every time it did bullish month, and it's now doing it again. So there's no guarantee, as I can say, but as long as stock stays above 20, above 231, then yeah, it's super bullish for next month. So this candle closed in 5 days and 21 and 23 hours. So as long as it's above this, which most likely will be, then it is bullish, right? But I'm not gonna lie to you, it did create a lot of stuff. So for this one right here, there's a gap right there, a pretty big gap right there. So one of the reasons why I think Tesla might come back, I can't tell it what to do, but I think it might come back because of this gap right here it did on the weekly. You see how this candle, so this is what I call a gap. You have 3 candles. If the 1 and 3 wicks aren't connected, then it's a gap, and the market likes to come back and fill that gap. And then the other thing that I also see is, see this right here, this zone right here, this is actually a pretty strong resistance and support. As you can clearly see, price had it broke through support, broke through, retest, broke it, and now it hasn't retest, it did not retest it, so it just ripped through it. So there's a high probability of it coming back down to 231. So this is why I have a add to long term. So it comes down to here, I add to long term. That's it for that one. So now let's go to Lockheed Martin. So Lockheed is also another stock that is bullish, but it's not confirmed yet. And honestly speaking, to it's just so overbought that I'm just like, I'm not even sure. It's just super overbought, that's all. But it's on a weekly time frame, so 1 week hold. So we need to hold about right here at 577. We need to hold above it and close above it. It close above it next week should be super bullish. We also on the weekly don't have any gaps. They fill all gaps, so there's no gap to worry about on the weekly. There is one on the monthly, but not to worry about everything. So currently right now it's also on a major support, right? So you see this right here was resistance, broke through, now it's retesting support. So let's see what happens. So if you guys want, you can draw a line at the top of this week candle and say if price close above the following week, then it should be good. But you also want to include this week right here and draw it just like I did from the top down to right here and draw it across, because you do need to hold above this as well, because that is also support. So I need to hold above that. AA also this right here, pretty simple. You can see GRG 1 week need to hold above this right here on a weekly time frame. These are all weekly, guys. So yeah, this is all weekly. So this is what I also mean by, you see how he's on the 1 day, how we hold, you're supposed to, and you enter in on this candle right here, you enter in right here. I thought this one was a loss actually, but it's actually a win. So you enter in at the week right there, and guess what happened? It gapped up, right? That's a really good win right there. But look what it also did. It came back down rough to where we had what, double bottom slash aka where would I put my stop loss, but a lot of times it's just double bottom. Right here, Shopify right here, 1 month hold. So this is also on a 1 month time frame. And again, not all of them gonna win, so as you can clearly see right here. Market completely reversed, but you never know what happened this day. But not everything is a win. But as you can see, GRG printed, we need to hold above 359. But the thing too, what I also realized was there's also a gap, a weekly gap. But yes, you don't have to worry about everything, but I'm just being honest. Gaps will need to be filled, and this candle and this one is not touching. So this is a pretty big gap right here. So don't be surprised if you see a waterfall down here. But to stay positive, if you're playing it, it does look good. Enter in at the end of the month. This one is a monthly one. So this is on the monthly time frame. So basically in 5 days, it needs to hold. Cipher mining is on the 1 week. In 2 days, confirming, and then potentially rocket, right? And it also is it broke these two highs right here. So and also looks it broke this high too. So definitely looking strong. Definitely looking strong. And this right here also on the weekly time frame. You see it right here. See, price needs to hold above right here. Which I'm not liking the wicks, honestly speaking. I usually don't like the wicks, but let's see if we just simply use this as a retest. This right here, 45.82. It already retested. I don't like the fact that it's coming back down. But if you just playing the strategy, you will enter in at the end of the week, no matter what, as long as we close above here. But that's pretty much it for this one. For the past ones that I called out Neo when Neo was right here, as you can clearly see. We pop. Also called out Chewy. Chewy did a little weird thing though. What's the symbol of a Chewy again? TW. I'll just spell it out. Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so for Chewy, I called it out right here. Like right here. I said Chewy right here. I said Chewy's gonna go bull next week. But then I said, hey, look, if it doesn't work, then the double bottom is down here. This is on the 1 week. Then I said, yeah, then the double bottom is down here. But let's say that you did enter in on the end of, so this was Friday the 26th. So let's say that you did in fact enter in right here, right? Because even though it was red doesn't mean that you couldn't have actually made anything. So entry was August 26th. So yeah, right here. So I'm just basically going back to see the end of the Friday, right? Where was it on Friday? So you'd have entered in. I'll leave on this one though. No, you're not. It can't be this one. It has to be this one. The 26th, yeah, 26 right here, and then you enter in on the Friday, which is right here. Which is right here, entering to go long on Friday. Yeah. So what happened? It came down right here, sold off, double bottom, and then it bounced back up. So not all of them gonna be wins, but if you can catch a good one, then you can definitely make a lot, right? So then it ended up printing again right here, shot up again. And sometimes, unfortunately, you just don't know which one is going to be the one that runs. And then you, let's say, entered in on this one on a Friday, most likely. Friday you entered in. It did definitely shoot up a little bit like this. It did shoot up a little bit. Right. So Friday you entered in. Shot up, but let's see how it opened. I like to be specific. How did you open? All right, so I just want to make sure that this is good. All right, on Friday you entered in for a long. Okay, So on Friday, you'd have entered in right here, and then it shot up, came back down, run, and it ended up running the next day, and then it came down. So it would have been a decent win. It would have been a decent win. You wouldn't have much of a drawdown here about an option. So even though it looked like a loss, it was actually a pretty good win. All right, but yeah. So I will see you guys in my next one. Peace.